Minister Goyal, sir, I'm sorry, I think you're muted.
My apologies. Thank you very much. His Excellency, Mr. Antonio Costa, the Honorable Prime Minister of Portugal, Mr. Antonio Saraiva, the President of Confederation of Portuguese Business, Mr. Pierre Gattaz, President of Business Europe, Mr. T.V. Narendran, President Designate of the Confederation of Indian Industry, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Namaskar. It is indeed an honor and privilege to address this closing session of the India-EU Business Roundtable, which has coincided with the 16th India-EU Summit. My deep gratitude to His Excellency Mr. Antonio Costa for championing the cause of strong India-EU relations. His Excellency Mr. Costa is a true friend of India and has transformed how India and EU work with each other. Even if we are joining virtually today, our resolve to strengthen our relationship remains very, very firm and concrete. Excellency, your gesture earlier at the India-EU Summit of announcing your Indian origin with great pride and flashing your OCI card was truly heartwarming. Thank you very much, Excellency. Thank you, Mr. Gattaz, for your very kind words and the support of Business Europe to India at this crucial juncture. Today marks the beginning of a new chapter towards building a strong India-EU relationship. India and the European Union's union of diversity, shared values of democracy, rule of law, and territorial integrity define our relationship. India and the EU are together one of the world's largest single markets. The European Union has been India's largest trading partner, as well as one of our largest investors over the last several years. Our trade is balanced and complementary. The basket of traded goods is highly diverse and technologically advanced. Our key exports to the European Union include engineering goods, ready-made garments, aircrafts, made-ups of textiles, precious stones, pharmaceuticals, iron and steel, amongst others. While our key imports consist of aircrafts, industrial machinery, medical devices, alcoholic beverages, diamonds, and chemicals. The year 2020 introduced the world to a great humanitarian, social, and economic challenge in the name of COVID-19. Even during the most challenging initial months of this crisis, when the country was in lockdown, we did not allow any supply chains to get disrupted and ensured adequate supplies of medicines and other essentials. We also ensured that we met all our international service commitments in the IT sector through back offices and other facilities, especially working from home. In this interconnected world, countries are looking for trusted trading partners. Our track record, I hope, gives confidence to our European friends that India will be your natural and most reliable ally, partner, and friend in the years to come. European businesses are well known for their innovative work and scientific discovery. However, with cost of production in Europe being high and manufacturing costs in India being competitive and reasonable, I think we have an opportunity which gives European businesses a competitive edge to produce in India. Our manpower skills and talent have contributed to businesses around the world. Therefore, India can become a natural manufacturing base
17,500 Danish kroner
to
in
make the
Europe.
products from European innovation competitive across the world. With a large Indian market of more than 1 billion people aspiring for a better quality of life and using economies of scale to expand the footprint of European goods across the world, I believe we can create a win-win partnership. Just like many European countries in the recent past, India too is going through the second wave of COVID 19. The magnitude of this wave is severe, but our resolve is even stronger. We are committed both to saving lives and livelihoods. We are currently ramping up our vaccine production so that we can expand our vaccination coverage speedily and also support other countries across the world through high quality, affordable vaccines and other medical supplies. The support extended by the EU during this crisis is indeed highly appreciated. As the world moves to realign from the over concentrated and risky supply chains, I would like to reassure all our business friends who have assembled here today that you can trust India to provide a multitude of investment and manufacturing opportunities. In the aftermath of the crisis, as it unfolds, the Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi, with a spirit of turning the crisis into an opportunity, gave a clarion call for Atmanirbhar Bharat, that is, a self-reliant India. I would like to assure my friends that Atmanirbhar Bharat, a self-reliant India, does not mean we are being protectionist or we are closing the doors, our doors to the rest of the world. On the contrary, India wishes to open the doors even wider and warmly welcomes businesses from across the world to bring world-class technologies to India, state-of-the-art products, services into India, and investments in manufacturing, services, and infrastructure.
11,000,
In fact, we have announced
12,000
a
Danish
one and a
kroner in
half
Europe.
trillion dollar, $1.5 trillion national infrastructure pipeline, which offers huge opportunities for businesses around the world, both to invest and to implement. Towards that end, we are actively working for improving our ease of doing business rankings, improving our competitiveness, reducing corporate tax rates, supporting pension funds and international sovereign funds to come to India with several tax incentives, debureaucratizing our systems and making procedures far more simpler, opening up newer sections for increased foreign direct investment, strengthening our regulatory practices to align ourselves with the modern world, and giving greater emphasis to international world-class quality and productivity standards. In a way, we are looking at changing the entire landscape of a billion people to align ourselves with the developed world. Moreover, investments are protected in India. We have a very strong judiciary and respect for rule of law, transparency in all decision making, political stability, protection for IPR, and several confidence building measures. There is no compulsion for any company to transfer their technology when they come and do business in India. In fact, we have hundreds of companies doing business in India from Europe, possibly a few thousand from across the European Union, who have very successfully over the years and in some cases for over a century successfully done business in India profitably, honorably, and effectively. Due to the changes which have happened in the last 12 months, I'm happy to share with you that despite such challenging times, India received its highest ever foreign direct investment in its history during the COVID-19 period, even though investments worldwide have fallen pretty significantly. Earlier today, our leaders at their summit in Porto have taken a very important decision. We have decided to launch negotiations for a balanced, ambitious, comprehensive, and mutually beneficial agreement on trade and investment protection. Ladies and gentlemen, excellencies, these will be separate agreements and negotiated in a parallel track simultaneously. We are also committed to concluding them together at an early date. I say this because I believe that investments and trade go hand in hand. And just like you have significant interest in the investment agreement and believe it will support your interest in investing in India, similarly, India's interests lie in greater market access in Europe for our goods, our services, the strength that we bring to the table in terms of skilled manpower. And therefore, I believe that both trade and investment have to go hand in hand, and we must look at a comprehensive dialogue so that we can agree on a comprehensive free trade agreement covering all the tracks of trade in goods, services, and investment protection. I am confident that this will provide a significant and much needed impetus to our economic engagement. This will also benefit both sides immensely and bring our strategic ties to the next level. I am hopeful the businesses participating today would find this development encouraging. We see you as principal stakeholders, beneficiaries, and partners in our joint endeavors. As we all know, it was in the 15th century a Portuguese seafarer, Vasco da Gama, became the first European to reach Indian shores through the sea, establishing the connection between the East and the West. This platform, I believe, will provide a new impetus to transform our historical relationship into a modern 21st century partnership by exploring the uncharted territories for mutual benefit. With such buoyant energy and positivity, I invite the business community of the European Union and India to use this opportunity and actively take part in our joint efforts to bolster and develop our trade ties, our economic ties, our people to people ties, our cultural relationship, and grow this relationship as brothers, friends, trusted partners. Thank you very much, Excellencies. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. May God bless all of you. Stay safe, stay healthy. Namaskar.
Thank you very much for your words, Honorable Minister. Finally, we would like to welcome the Honorable Prime Minister of Portugal, António Costa, and invite him to deliver the final words of our business meeting. Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Minister of Commerce and Industry, Piyush Goyal, Mr. TV Narendran, President of the Confederation of Indian Industry, mon cher Monsieur Pierre Gattaz, une fois encore, caro António Saraiva, ladies and gentlemen, I'm very glad to be here in my double capacity as a European citizen and also as overseas citizen of India. And allow me to start by expressing, on behalf of the Portuguese government and people, our deep solidarity and support to the people of India in these difficult times. I know very well, by family reasons, what is the dramatic situation you are living. The European Union has activated its civil protection mechanism and work is underway in order to respond rapidly to India's request for assistance in the fight against the second wave of the pandemic. In these turbulent times, and as we start to rebuild our future, it is both an honor and a privilege for me to participate in the closing session of the Business Roundtable. Despite taking place on a virtual format due to the current sanitary situation, the importance of this Business Roundtable cannot be downplayed. The European Union and India bear special responsibilities in the global recovery process, since our cooperation potential is vast enough to send a signal globally on the world we want to have after the dust settles. And also because making use of the untapped potential of our relation can provide a decisive contribution to the well-being of our citizens. India is a strategic partner of the European Union, and the reverse is equally true. India is the second most populated country in the world, and it is the big market of the future. The European Union is the world's largest trading bloc, with a single market grounded on transparent rules and regulations, and with 440 million consumers looking for quality goods. India's increasing role as a major player at the regional and global levels offers new opportunities for cooperation with Europe. A more ambitious relationship between India and the European Union will certainly have a positive impact on global patterns of trade and investment, and will help rebalance and diversify Europe's partnerships in the rapidly changing international order. That makes perfect sense. The European Union is India's first trading partner, and trade between the European Union and India has increased by 72% in the last decade. The European Union's share in foreign investment inflows to India also more than doubled in the last decade, making it the first foreign investor in India. And around 6,000 European companies are present in the Indian market, generating 1.7 million direct and 5 million indirect jobs. The contribution that we can jointly make to the challenges we face today may prove of enormous value, be it on the fight against climate change and the achievement of the SDGs, the greening of the economy, the fostering of an open and fair environment for trade and investment, or on the digitalization of our societies. These themes were surely addressed today by political leaders during the high-level meeting, but also by the private sector during the business roundtable. Speaking on behalf of the Portuguese Presidency of the Council of the European Union, I would like to thank you for presenting us with this business declaration on how to bring forward and further deepening the economic dialogue between the European Union and India. It is the voice and feeling of our business communities, and therefore a very important guiding document for the European Union and, I'm sure, to India too. The public and private sectors are aligned on the main elements of a resilient, sustainable, and mutually beneficial economic relation. I have the honor to announce that today the European Union and India agreed to resume negotiations of a balanced, ambitious, comprehensive, and mutually beneficial trade agreement. We also agreed to initiate negotiations on an investment protection agreement and on a separate agreement on geographical indication. That is a very important sign because the negotiations of the trade agreement was suspended since 2013. Today's India and European Union joint statement paves the way to achieve these goals. It gives renewed political impetus to our relationship. First, by strengthening our cooperation under the EU-India Clean Energy and Climate Partnership and accelerating the use of renewable energy, promoting energy efficiency, smart grid and storage technology, and modernizing the electricity market. Second, by contributing financially with loans and equity investments from the European Investment Bank, as well as of European Union member states, development banks, to climate action, including renewable energy and green urban mobility, the digitalization of the economy, small and medium enterprises, and the health sector in India. Third, by taking adequate steps to further enhance the sustainable modernization of our economies, through an accelerated implementation of our new circular economy and resource efficient partnership, and by launching a new connectivity partnership on digital, grids, transports, and people to people contacts. Fourth, by committing ourselves to further strengthen the multilateral trading system and deepen our trade and investment relationship. Lastly, the EU-India leaders meeting has expressly encouraged interaction between EU and Indian businesses, such as through this business roundtable, and stressed the importance of corporate social responsibility, United Nations guiding principles on business and human rights, and businesses and innovation opportunities in achieving the Paris Agreement goals and sustainable development goals. The commitment of Portugal to the deepening of EU-India relations comes long way. It was indeed during the 2000 Portuguese presidency that the first ever European Union Leaders Summit took place. And we believe this year's meeting made the most of the current political momentum, leading to concrete deliverables on health, climate and environment, digital trade and connectivity, foreign and security policy. These positive developments must now be used by both governments and private businesses to take our economic relationship to a higher level. It is encouraging to see that companies from both sides had very meaningful discussions today in this business roundtable, and that we are aligned in the joint priorities at the heart of the post-pandemic world, essential to unlock future growth. The motto of the Portuguese presidency of the European Council is "Time to deliver," a fair, green and digital recovery. Also here, in the realm of the European Union-India relation, it is now the time to realize the full potential of our economies, both in our bilateral relation and in our cooperation regarding the wider Indo-Pacific region. This will be at the forefront of geopolitical and geoeconomics concerns for decades to come, where India will have a decisive role to play and where the European Union will surely want to increase its presence. Ladies and gentlemen, we must work together to manage the huge transformations underway, rising stronger from this crisis. And jointly, we can deliver a prosperous and sustainable societies for our peoples. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Prime Minister. Our EU-India Business Roundtable have come to an end. CIP, Business Europe and CII, thank you very much for assisting our event, and we hope to see you next time. Thank you and stay safe.
Thank you very much. Goodbye. Goodbye. Thank you.
Bye. Good luck and stay safe.
Absolutely.
luck and thank you for your warm words. Thank you very much, Excellency.